Hey there, book lovers. Welcome back to She Major Creative, where we dive deep into the stories that make you laugh, cry, and things that make you go, I'm She Major Faye, and I'm so excited that you decided to join me for another book review. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and be sure to share this channel with your friends. Okay, today I'm going to be reviewing the book The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. I'm going to look at its strengths, its weaknesses, and everything in between. Whether you're a fan of the genre or new to the book, we're going to explore the twists, the turns, and everything that makes this book such an inspirational read. Let's get started. Welcome back. Okay, so you all know I keep my note cards because I don't want to forget anything. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. So today I'm going to review the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. So this book was written in 1925, okay? Now, about the author, Shinn is a self-published author who was part of the New Thought movement, okay, which is a religious movement that believes one's mental state brings about their physical state, okay? This book was 75 pages, which was like a one-day read for me. So in essence, what the author is saying is that anything that happens to you, whether it's good or bad, was manifested by that individual or by you, okay? So here's the general description of the book. Shinn discusses how thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are the substance of everything that happens to you in the physical. The author gives many scenarios of what she calls demonstrations or miracles, okay? For example, she gave a demonstration of a man who always thought that he would end up with a rare illness. And for many years, this man thought this thought. And then one day he did finally end up with this rare illness, okay? Another example is how a woman, when she was a girl, she used to always wear black and pretend that she was a widow as a small child. And then when she grew up, she got married and she became a widow and she always wore black. So these are examples of how the author states that what you manifest in your mind, in your feelings, actually can manifest in the physical, okay? So the book, I actually listened to this on an audio book, okay? I found this book on YouTube, and I will leave a link to this book in YouTube. So I don't discriminate. I will do Audible, I will do audio. On YouTube, I will do Kindle, I will do physical. I do not discriminate. I don't have a type, okay? So I also purchased this book on Kindle, by the way. Now, let's get to the meats and potatoes of this book. So Shinn discusses how we are gifted individuals of God, right? So we're gifted these visions from God. The author makes reference a lot to scriptures in the Bible. So the author also says your ideas and visions will become manifest in the physical. Manifestations are these demonstrations. There are things that can affect your ability to make these manifestations or demonstrations of the divine, okay? Shinn references how scripture is a gateway for the perfect divine manifestations, okay? So doubt, fear of lack, fear of failure, fear of loss can limit and halt your ability to bring visions into reality. Insecurities, hatred, and worry can limit or even halt all the good things that you are seeking in life. So some of the chapters in this book are the game, the law of prosperity, the power of the word, the law of non-resistance, the law of karma and the law of forgiveness, casting the burden, love, intuition or guidance, perfect self-expression or the divine design, denials and affirmations, and again, denials and affirmations. So she had 2 chapters called denials and affirmations. So I'm assuming that it's very important that you are denying everything that is not good, acceptable, and of love and truthfulness, and then affirming all those things that are, so that you can manifest what you're asking for in life. Some of the things that I like about this book are, I feel like maybe I am too part of the new thought movement, okay? Because I agree with many things that the author wrote, especially when it comes to making things believable or making it seem that you already are what you're seeking to become, or that you have what you're already asking for. So I've heard this before in a concept. It was a video that I watched about making yourself better for 2025. And one of the things that a person said that made that video was that they gave an example of how Beyonce used to be nervous when she would go on stage. So she created the alter ego Sasha Fierce. And Sasha Fierce had no fear when she stepped on the stage. She had, no halts or limitations. Sasha Fierce was just who she was. And so sometimes, like the author here says, Shinn says, we have to believe those things about ourselves as if like we've already have it, or that we already are whatever we seek and ask for, okay? So the author also states that preparing for the worst will never bring about the best in your life that could happen. And how you perceive life can cause you to see it negatively, like a battle, or positively, like a game. And also, if you do good and sow goodwill, you will reap goodwill. I also like the positive affirmations chapter. I feel that positive affirmations are very helpful. I often talk about positive affirmations. One of the things that I say for my positive affirmations is, I am who I am and I am enough. And that just helps me rid myself of any doubts that I'm inadequate, and that I am designed as God perfectly created me to be. And so I don't need to be anything but who I am. And that's enough. The author also talks about how we are often tempted to accept things that are not the fullness of what we intended to have manifest in our life. So whether that be like a relationship or a job or a financial state or a business or whatever we're accepting, a car, it could be anything that we're looking for to happen in our life. And we will not take the time to stay still and be patient and wait on those things to come. We actually go out and trying to get these things, but that's not the way it should be, because we might be moving in our will instead of God's perfect will, says Shinn, okay? So I remember my papa used to say, sit down somewhere and get back out the way. And when he said that, meant that just let God have his perfect will and perfect way, and I don't need to put my hands on it at all, because if I put my hands on it, it might get messed up, okay? So you don't want me to put my hands in it. Okay, some of the things that I dislike about this book, it was too short, but it was to the point. But also, I disagree that all visions start in the subconscious, conscious, and super state of mind. I disagree with that. I do think a lot of it has to do with the subconscious, conscious, and super state of mind. But I also believe that some people were given the gift of foresight, and that doesn't really have anything to do with the conscious and subconscious or super state of mind. For example, the man who thought of himself as ill, or the lady who thought that she was going to be a widow, they might have had some kind of foresight that this was going to happen to them, instead of them just thinking it was going to happen. They probably could have known that it was going to happen because they were given the foresight that it was going to happen to them. Kind of like John the Baptist and other prophets in the Bible had, the gift of foresight. So that is something that I really believe that, was missed in that part of the book. Some of my final thoughts about this, the adjectives that I will use to describe this book is convincing, discreet, short, and motivating. Okay? I feel that this is an inspirational read. I do agree with like 90% of what Shinn has written in this book. And it was a long time ago. It was 1925. So she was definitely way advanced, on the thoughts, about life. And I appreciate books that I can always read for free. Definitely enjoy a free book. So I would give this book 4 out of 5 stars. And please tell me what you think about this book, or if you're going to go get this book, if you've already read this book. So comment and subscribe to my channel and share this. Let me know what you think. Until next time, bye.